Hello? 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 Come on in. Come on in. Hello? Hello? Come on in. Hello, Willie? Come on in. Come on in on tonight. Give me some hearts. Go ahead on and share. Hello, LaJona. Hello, Marcy. Come on in and go ahead on and share on tonight. Hello, Lee Wright. Hello. Go ahead on and share. And welcome to Lee Wright. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Come on in and share and give me some hearts. Come on and give me some hearts. Come on in. If you're a first time on LeaderScope, let me know that you're first time and let me know where you're from. And I want to thank you and welcome you in on tonight. I know it is Easter Sunday evening, but I am, as always, consistent to making sure that I am on every Sunday evening at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come on in, share, so we can get started. As always, thank you all so much for being on tonight. We're actually picking up on part 3 of transformational leadership. But I am going tonight, I'm going to tie this in with the Easter season. Of course, we're going to tie this one in for Easter. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Thank you for those of you who are hitting those hearts. Keep hitting them for me. Keep hitting them for me. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope you celebrated today the death and the resurrection of our Savior. I am an elder in my church. I am a believer. So I do recognize that this morning he got up and he is alive. So we definitely recognize Jesus Christ on today. Come on, if more of you can share, we'll get started. More you can go ahead on and share. Apple user swipe to your I think it's to your left or to your right. Android swipe up and go ahead on and share it. And we will prepare to move forward. Okay, we'll give a few more seconds for everyone to get on tonight. Okay, so come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Keep those hearts going. Keep those hearts going for me. Keep those hearts going. Thank you, Pam. Pam, we have a first time. I'm a friend of leadership. We have a first time on. Thank you, Pam, for being on tonight. Welcome to LeaderScope. Thank you so much for being on. Pam, where are you from? It kind of moved up. I'm not sure if you actually typed that in. Are you here in Jacksonville or where are you from? The Levettes are present. All right. All right. Let's prepare. Let's prepare. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right, let's talk about transformation and leadership. Hello, Lady PNC. I'm here in Jacksonville. Invited by Marcelette. Okay, great, great. Thank you, Marcelette, for inviting, and thank you, Pam, for getting on. Okay, let's talk about transformational leadership. This is actually part 3. Of course, we have dealt with transformational leadership. This makes the 3rd time. Of course, we know that we talked about it. The first time we talked about it, of course, we talked about it from the original standpoint of what a transformational leader is, and that's a person who inspires and motivates others. And then on last week, I was traveling. I was returning home to Jacksonville, and I came off the interstate to do LeaderScope, and I talked about commitment and consistency. Talked about commitment and consistency as being consistency as being one of being one of the missing elements to transformational leadership. And I talked about the fact that, and I want to make sure I'm clear in what I said on last week. I don't want us to miss anything that I said last week. I'm not downplaying the fact that we need commitment from individuals. We do need commitment, but I am one who believes that we need a high volume of consistency from individuals. On last week, I talked about the fact that we have persons that are committed, but they're not consistent in their commitment. So because they are committed and they don't have a high level of consistency, what we get is we tend to produce out of our commitment understandable excuses. And the example that I gave on last week was the fact that I could have gave an unexplainable an excuse, that was that you would have understood. Okay, got a little tongue tied there, and that happens a lot of times. That when I just have a commitment as a follower or even as a leader, that I give an excuse. It's easy for me to give that excuse, and it becomes one that you can understand. Okay, and that's what we talked about on last week. But on tonight, I want to talk about the fact that if you're going to really, really be a transformational leader, you have to look deep into the individuals that are following you. Okay, you have to be able to look deep into the individuals following you. And I want to use Jesus as an example on tonight, because Jesus Christ was a transformational leader. Jesus Christ was a transformational leader. A lot of times where we fail in our leadership is we fail because we try to get individuals to operate outside of what they're gifted in. When Jesus Christ began to build the men around him, he utilized the gifts that was already in them. Okay, he utilized the gifts that was already in them. So therefore, Jesus Christ, when he was walking on the seashore, he called men who were already doing what? Who are already fishermen. They were fishermen. They knew how to go out and catch fish. And he got in the boat with them, and he told them to push out deep in the lake. And then he said, let down your nets. Now, of course, they began to give him excuses. And the excuse that they gave was understandable. Okay. They were committed in the field in which they operate in. They were fishermen. So they gave this understandable excuse. We've been doing this all night and have not caught anything. That's understandable. That was the field in which they worked. They understood. They had the craft. That was their niche. But listen to what they said. We've been doing this all night and we caught nothing. Now, here's the dynamic of that. The dynamic of it is, did they even know who Jesus Christ was? They trusted him. And if you're going to be a transformational leader, then the people that you're leading have to, first of all, have to trust you. They had to trust Jesus to obey him, to get in their boat and go out further. Because when he came on the scene, what were they doing? They were actually washing their nets. They was calling it quits. We had been out all night. We're tired. We're getting ready to wash our nets and wrap them up. And we're getting ready to go home. And we're going to try this thing again tomorrow. But they trusted him enough to get in the boat again and push out again. Then he said, let down your nets. Watch this. I'm committed to my gift. I'm committed to my niche. I'm committed to what's in me. But now I'm finna give you this understandable excuse. We've been doing this all night, ain't caught anything. But the transformational leader that Jesus was, he didn't accept that excuse. And if you're going to be a transformational leader, you cannot accept an understandable excuse when it's given to you. You have to be able to inspire and motivate them even when they have tried and tried and tried to do something over and over again. If they've been up all night long and they've tried to do it, you got to convince them to do it again. That's a transformational leader. You got to inspire them to do it again. So what Jesus did was Jesus made it perfectly simple. He said, push out. Let down your nets. But this time, let them down on this side. And what happened? The story is they caught so many fish. Watch this. They caught so many fish until they had to call their friends to come help them because it was so much till the boats were about to sink. And that is so key. Because when you're a transformational leader and they trust you and they trust to do what you are, you're challenging them to do, that you're advising them to do, then guess what? The outcome is going to be greater than anything that they've done before. So once they did that, they came back on shore. And then Jesus transformed their lives forever. Jesus says, from this day forward, I'm paraphrasing. He said, from this day forward, you will be catching men. You will be known as fishers of men. He transformed their careers. He transformed their lives. He transformed who they were. No longer will you be fishermen, but you will be known as fisher of men. He changed it. He transformed them. And if you're going to be a transformational leader and you know that the people trust you, you've got to be wise enough to know how to transform their lives. So guess what they did? Watch this. When you transform their lives, not only do they trust what come out of your mouth, but they're going to trust to leave their comfort zone. So they left the boats, they left the nets, and they left the fish that they had caught and began to follow Jesus. Now we don't, and let me be them for just a second. We don't know where you're going, but we're willing to leave our boats. We're willing to leave our profession. We're willing to walk away and leave the fish Now, we've been out here trying to catch fish all night long, and now we have so many that we had to get help to carry it back to shore. But you have transformed us so much till we're willing to trust you, to follow you. Don't know where you're going, but we're willing to follow you. Now, if you're a transformational leader, here's the question. The people that's following you, are they willing to follow your lead even if they don't know where you're going? Or will they follow you and be behind you mumbling about, I wonder where we're going. I wonder where he's or she's taking us. They followed him. They left everything and they followed him. Why? Because they trusted what he said. They saw the results of what he said. And they saw the transformation that happened. And it didn't happen overnight. It happened instantly. It happened instantly. That's a transformational leader. Now, of course, everything is not going to happen overnight when you're transforming someone's life. But you do want them to be able to see some transformation happening. So Jesus Christ is a great example of a transformational leader, at least for me. At least for me. He's a great example of a transformational leader. So tonight I simply wanted to come on and just share with you this awesome example of a transformational leader. Jesus Christ provides for us this awesome example of a transformational leader and how the disciples, these men who were fishermen, became fishers of men. And they followed him. Can you transform someone's life? Can you tap into what's in them and allow them to use that in a different arena? See, he didn't try to change their gifts. Stop trying to get people to change what's in them. Let them use what's in them. Let them use what's in them. They just have to use it in a different way. Okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you all on tonight. Again, transformational leadership is very important, but you have to be able to tap into their gifts and allow them to use their gifts in an area where they can see the outcome of it. Okay. Any questions on this particular topic on tonight? I would entertain any questions on this particular topic on transformational leadership as it relates to the topic on tonight. I take a few questions on tonight. Any questions? Any questions? If we don't have any questions on tonight, go ahead on and type in, I'm a friend of leadership. You know how we do it every week. Give me those hearts and go ahead on and type in, I'm a friend of leadership. I'm a friend of leadership. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I try to make sure that I provide a good topic to be able to direct and navigate us to being effective leaders. Again, leadership is a journey for me. We have a destination to go to, but it's a journey. There you go. I'm a friend of leadership. Go ahead on and type that in. I'm a friend of leadership, and hit those hearts. Hit those hearts on tonight. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Remember, you can go to my website, www.cottonandcompanylg.org. As always, if you want to be coached by me, you can go to my website. There's an online form if you want to be coached in leadership. That's a one-on-one time with me. It's a wonderful time. It's a great opportunity to take advantage of. We will sit down with the first session, see where you are in your leadership, see where you are with where you are in your organization, where you want to go with your leadership, and then we will craft sessions around that, and then we will start that journey with you. So if you want to be coached in leadership, that's 101. That's away from all of the social media platforms that I provide through Cotton and Company. Just go to my website and navigate through that, and there is an online form that you can fill out and submit it. I would love to be able to sit down with you one-on-one as well. If you have any question pertaining to leadership, you can go to Cotton and Company's Facebook page and send an inbox message that way. But please make sure you do that if you have any questions on any topic in leadership, and I will address that question through that means. All right. Remember, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Pinterest. I'm on all of the social media platforms for Cotton and Company, and of course, you can always just look up me, jscotton. But definitely look up CCLG or Cotton and Company social media platforms. All right. If that's it, go ahead on and give me some more hearts. You all have been doing great with hitting those hearts. I tell you, you've been doing great with hitting those hearts. You're flooding me with those hearts. You showing love. That's love for leadership. That's not love for me. That's the love for leadership. I appreciate it. Because you have to love leadership. If you're in any capacity of leadership, you have to love leadership. And that's what it's about. That's what I'm trying to build and nurture within you. I'm trying to nurture a spirit of love for leadership within you. So when I say hit those hearts, you're not hitting them for me. You're hitting them because you love leadership. I absolutely love leadership. It's in my DNA. Oh my God, it's in my DNA. And I absolutely love sharing with you all on tonight. We will be back next week, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out. Share this on your Facebook page, on your Twitter page, and we will meet you here. God bless you. I believe in you. Lead right. I'm a friend of leadership. Talk to you real soon.